Now, the other thing that turns very interesting on this is obviously when it hits the public. And one of the most shocking impacts to the public took place on television. And if you remember at this time, and I don't know if this was like for you, because you're a little bit younger than me, but when I was a kid, we had 3 TV channels. You know, there was no 57 or 147 or 1,000 TV channels. There was no internet. There wasn't really radio shows anymore. So if the family was going to do something at night at 6 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock at night together after dinner, there was a good chance they were going to sit down and watch TV. And now you go back, this is 1969, so it's even more focused on television. And so what happens is this story breaks on TV with an interview, and I'll go to the book with Meadlow's confession. Television was for most Americans quintessentially a medium of entertainment. Meadlow's confession was truly an extraordinary departure from the vapid diet of soap operas, comedy programs, and quiz shows. News, however, was important to American audiences. Walter Cronkite was a national institution. Meadlow's interview was delivered virtually without warning to an audience of millions of parents and children waiting excitedly for news of Apollo 12's astronauts' return from the moon and the splashdown into the Pacific Ocean. So that's what everyone thinks that's what they're going to do. Oh, let's get the kids to watch the news. Okay, we'll find out about yay America. Back to the book. Instead, their living rooms appeared the gaucous figure of a young man from Indiana. Meadlow brought to the audience a raw truth about Vietnam they would prefer not to have known. He chillingly described lining up the first group of villagers and shooting them down, expending 4 clips of ammunition in the killing. There were 17 bullets to a clip, which meant Wallace deduced 68 shots. At the ditch execution site, Meadlow said he was ordered to fire single shots to conserve ammunition. Wallace wanted to know why he did it. And here's the interview. Why did I do it? Because I felt like I was ordered to do it, and it seemed like that at the time. I felt like I was doing the right thing because I lost buddies. I lost a damn good buddy, Bobby Wilson, and it was on my conscience. So after I'd done it, I felt good, but later on that day, it was getting to me. You're married, right? Children? 2. How old? The boy is 2.5 and the little girl is 1.5 years. Well, obviously, the question comes to mind. The father of 2 little kids like that, how can he shoot babies? I didn't have the little girl. I just had the little boy at the time. How do you shoot babies? I don't know. It's just one of them things. How many people would you imagine were killed that day? I would say 370. What did these civilians, particularly the women and children, the old men, what did they do? What did they say to you? They weren't begging or anything? No, or right. They were begging and saying no, and their mothers were hugging their children, but they kept on firing. Well, we kept on firing. They was waving their arms and begging. Did you ever dream about all this that went on in Pinkville? Yes, I did. And I still dream about it. What kind of dreams? I see the women and children in my sleep. Some days, some nights, I can't sleep. I just lay there thinking about it. So that's not exactly the friendly news that you're expecting to see about the Apollo mission.